What's up, nerds and nerdettes and wee little nerdlings all? Big Johnny G from Two Gun Pixie Presents Legendary Gaming is here again with another Midday Monologue. Now, first thing I want to say right up front is I want to wish all my buddies, whether I know you personally or whether I don't, whether you know me, whether you've seen me, whether I know you, whether I've seen you, I want to wish you all a very great time at Gen Con 50 this year. Gen Con 50! It's 2 years older than me. Shoot. Man. Alright, so everyone is either on their way there or maybe you got there a little bit early. Everyone's going to be having some fun and everyone is dying about all the great news for the game releases that are coming out. There's something that I wanted to touch on, something very special to almost every single board gamer out there, because you either I'm so in love with this game that you can't stop thinking about it, dreaming about it. You eat it, you think it, you talk it. And then there's the other side of the fence, obviously, where there are people that absolutely despise this game because of the way that it's set up. Which game am I talking about? Have you guessed? Did you see the thumbnail? I am talking about Z-Man Games Pandemic Legacy. Season 2 just dropped, or is dropping, just dropped. Season 1, huge hit. Board Game Geek has that listed 111. No, not 111 on its ranking. Number 1 on its ranking. Number 1 on its strategic ranking. And what was the other one? Number 1 on thematic. Jeez, how can I forget that? I love theme in a game. 111. This game is top of the list. Me, I haven't played it yet. The reason I haven't played it is because I don't want to spend my money on a game that I can't play through beginning to end more than once. That's me personally. That doesn't mean that I think it's a bad game. That doesn't mean I don't think that other people should be playing it. That's just the way I feel about my money. Nobody should ever tell you how you feel about your money being right or wrong. Correct? So I'm not going to say anything bad about it. I'm not going to be like other people that come out here and tell you, well, I hate this game, so you have to hate it too. Nah. Your buddy Big Johnny G, he's not here for that today. Maybe there'll be another time, but not today, my friends. What I am here to talk about, Pandemic Legacy Season 1, 2nd edition. Whoa! What? What? 2nd edition? Season 2 just came out. John, what are you possibly talking about? I am talking about the changes that I think should be done to the game, and if they ever decide to initiate a 2nd edition of it, this is what I would like to see. Now, one of the biggest complaints about Pandemic Legacy is the fact that you're destroying cards and you're putting stickers on the board, altering the board, so it literally can't be played from the beginning again. And that's what has a lot of people upset. That's why I haven't spent the money on it. But if they're ever going to do a 2nd edition, are you listening, Z-Man Games? If they're ever going to do a 2nd edition of it, there are 2 things that popped into my head that could totally eliminate the main reason people hate this game. And what does that mean? That means more sales. You'll get people like me that would never even think about buying the game to buy it. Now, these 2 changes, one of them extremely simple. In fact, technically, Z-Man Games doesn't even have to do a darn thing for the first thing I'm going to mention. First thing I'm going to mention is these cards that you destroy permanently from the game instead of just removing from gameplay, which I guess I understand. So this way it has a very dramatic feel to it, a very final feel to it, but also so the cards can't accidentally be put back into the game. Or not accidentally. Follow the rules. One of the ways you could do this is by going out to a comic book store, a store that sells trading cards, baseball cards, or the container store, and you get those containers. You don't even need to get a big one, that you hold trading cards in, and just put a piece of paper on it, write on it, or something, destroyed cards. So this way they're out of the game, they're put in a little box, set off to the side, and this way they're not used again in the game. But if you're ever going to replay the game, you can use them again. Now, a lot of people have thought of that. I've heard that left and right. Now, the other thought I had, as far as I know, from my perspective, from what I've seen, from what I've read, from what I've heard, I'm the first one to think of this. No one else has. Now that concerns the stickers on the game. This is a bigger problem because you put the sticker on the board and it's dramatically altering the board. It's changing the board. How would I get around that? I was born at the end of the 60s. I grew up in the 70s, still seeing commercials for things from the 50s. But there was something I saw as a commercial when I was a kid that was still active when I was a kid, and it's still, in fact, active today. And it would solve this whole problem. Color forms. Color forms. You never heard of color forms? You better go look them up. Okay, so what I know about it, really quick, is that a couple of artists lived here in New York City back in the 50s. They wanted to, do their apartment or their guest room or something like that. But instead of just having static paint, what they discovered was after putting a nice glossy first coat of paint down, it left the walls very clean, very slick, very nice. And what they discovered was that clean vinyl would stick to it. It would cling to it, yet very easy to just peel right off, and it's not going to take any of the paint away. If you put it on paper, it's not going to tear the paper away, but it's going to stay there. I had tons of color form books when I was a kid. I had the Batman color forms. I had a Star Wars color form book. I had a Mickey Mouse color form book. They're great. You put the stickers on the color form and it stays there. You can close the book. You can leave the book around. You can throw the book across the room. Guess what? Those color forms, those vinyls, they're going to stay to it. They cling to it. They hold on to it. But at the same time, when you don't want it or you want to change the picture, Star Trek, that's one I had. It's Star Trek color form set. Oh my God, I loved it. It looked a little bit more like the animated series ship than the real ship, and for some reason the transporter room is on the bridge. But yeah, I totally remember that. And you could peel them off. You could peel off Kirk and Spock, and you could put them in different poses, so you're telling a story with it. But they'll stay there when you're not peeling it off. Color forms, vinyl. Just using some soft vinyl on a nice clean board, and it'll stick to it until you want to very easily take it off. So maybe these ideas are what's going to make Pandemic Legacy an even bigger sell than it is now if they decide to incorporate these in a second edition of Season 1 or maybe into Season 3. I wish they had done it into Season 2, but it's too late for that. But so those are my thoughts. So hopefully I will have made a change. Who knows? Maybe yes, maybe no. But those are my thoughts concerning the two biggest problems that people hate on Pandemic Legacy. And there's such easy ways to solve this. So easy. And then you'll have even more people. I mean, come on, it's 111 on Board Game Geek. How can you make that better? I just told you how. All right. So everyone, whether you're going to Gen Con or Gen Can't, like me, hope you have a good time. Hope you do some great gaming this weekend. If you happen to be at Gen Con and you see any awesome things that you want to take a picture of and you got to throw it up on your wall, hashtag 2GunPixie. Let us take a look at it also. Let us join in some of the fun and throw you a couple of hearts on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, Let us join you with your fun. All right, everyone, this is your buddy, Big Johnny G, for 2GunPixie Presents Legendary Gaming, and as you know, my friends, I am so out of here.